Woolhaven is finally here, and with it comes treacherous winters, terrifying new enemies, and a whole new world filled with the most intricate characters and, more importantly, new bosses and challenges to overcome. So I'm going to be spending the next 100 in-game days trying to do everything this new DLC has to offer so I can once again reach godhood. However, starting this DLC from my actual godhood save feels a little too easy, so not only will I be spending the next 100 days in Woolhaven, but I'll also be restarting from the very beginning on the hardest difficulty. Now, the Woolhaven DLC can only be accessed once you defeated all 4 bishops, so I needed to speedrun all the areas while also preparing my small little cult for the harsh winters to come. Easy. Okay, whoa, that's a new one. That is a new one. That is a new one. Too easy, man. How much time was that? How much time was that? In a little under than 5 hours, I managed to defeat all 4 bishops, which means I could finally start the Woolhaven DLC, which I didn't do because I decided to go above and beyond and defeat the one who waits as well. By day 44, I finally began the Woolhaven DLC. At the very beginning, I almost lost everything, so this was clearly off to a very rocky start. Also, a quick disclaimer, but most of the gameplay here was streamed live on Twitch and YouTube, so if you want to be a part of videos like this, you should definitely go check those out. Anyways, the reason why we're here on this mountain is because we are being called back to the Lambs' ancestral home of Woolhaven by the god of winter named Yngya. Now, our first look at Woolhaven is this completely desecrated village with nothing left but the statue of Yngya and these 10 graves shaped like lambs. Now, as the only lamb left standing after the genocide the bishops caused, we are here to find the souls of our fellow brethren and bring them back to Yngya. However, that's not going to be so easy, as Yngya's safe haven Yufal has now become the new home to the Free Pack. This is a very territorial group comprised of former disciples of the bishops, but are now led by one single powerful wolf who we will meet later on. For now, we also have to deal with the new challenge that is winter. A new season that spans across multiple days and forces you and your flock to find different ways to survive in this harsh new climate. Not only will crops not grow, but if you don't have a heater filled up with a special fuel source called Rotburn, your followers will completely freeze. As harsh as winter is, it does provide some unique benefits like freezing over Pilgrim's Passage for some unique rewards, while also offering fun interactions with your cult like throwing snowballs and building snowmen. Winter isn't so bad right now, but that's also because this is only Winter 1. The more lambs we bring to Yngya, the stronger winter becomes until it reaches level 5 and we face our harshest challenges yet. We won't have to worry about the level going up though, because we only have one lamb disciple freed at the moment named Barak, who can actually help us start a cattle farm, which is vital for getting wool. Wool is the currency here in Woolhaven, so it'll be extremely important once we bring Woolhaven back to its former glory, but for now, we just need some special materials only found in Yufal. In this crusade, we're looking for charge shards, and on our expedition, we come face to face with the leader of the Free Pack, the heathen Marchosias. A wolf who despises the idea of gods and being enslaved. Our interaction is immediately hostile. But instead of fighting us, he gives us a test and makes us sacrifice all our food or a permanent half-heart. And although food is very scarce in the winter, hearts are even more so. So I unfortunately lose all my food and travel to fight my first boss of the DLC, which is a ravenous wolf named Abbas. After our first victory, Yngya then sends us inside the mountain, where for the first time we come across the second problem in Woolhaven, which is the rot. This destructive disease pollutes everything around it, completely engulfing the inside of the mountain and its enemies, where we fight these grotesque creatures which give me huge look outside vibes. After defeating the first boss, we are granted our first rotten follower, which grant unique tarot cards depending on how many you have. And after another crusade and getting another piece of unique material, we could finally construct our first ranch and got our first animal called a Yakish that we named Dinglenut. After this, I died way too many times in Yufal using the Berserker Fleas, but I did end up freeing a few more lambs, and that's the unique thing about Woolhaven. It doesn't always just end in a boss fight. Sometimes you'll get this puzzle that you'll need to get this wool to awaken Woolhaven's disciples. That concludes my first 15 days in Woolhaven. We had defeated 3 bosses, survived winter, started a ranch, and got my first look at the combat, which was clearly going to be a challenge later on. I might have sped through a lot of the mini bosses and combat encounters, but I definitely had the story on the back burner, so once I was off stream, I started focusing on the narrative side of Woolhaven, which had these 3 overarching chapters. The past, the present, and the future. The past being the ghosts that used to reside in Woolhaven, the present being the free pack who currently inhabit Ufall, and the future being the rapid spread of the rot. However, soon they would all collide as every lamb I set free further drove Yngya more and more furious. She was starting to sound like the kid who tells you not to come to school tomorrow. She was furious about the fate of the lambs and the wolves that now took over her home, and she spoke as though the rot would reclaim what was once theirs. But what of the lambs that actually died? Well, with each one awakened, we learned more and more about what happened, like how it was some sort of ritual that allowed them to come back to Woolhaven, and each one had their own occupation and colorful personality. First we had Chazak, who was a salesman, and his wife Koka, who was some sort of spiritual reader, Rami, who was the blacksmith, and Aniel, who owned the museum. And a bunch of other colorful characters who I didn't get much time to talk to, as I began repairing their respective buildings, which would in turn give me mission boards based on their occupation. Now was no time for socializing though, as I went back to crusading. I also needed to keep watch on my cult as the winters got harsher and even my cattle were being threatened. Oh, nice attack. Damn, that did so much fucking damage. Goodbye. What the fuck? You look completely different. Oh, you're a dog. Oh my god, Debbie Devil, you're here just in time. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? You're here just in time for the fucking coolest boss fight. Holy shit. Executioner, what the fuck happened to you? You put me down in the beginning of the game, I'm gonna put you down this time. Holy crap. Fucking Undertale boss. What the fuck? And that's it. Woohoo! Defeat the Executioner. Oh shit, she's de-transforming. She's taking off her mask? What does she look like? Oh, she actually looked... Oh no, I just feel bad. An eye for an eye, the bishops decreed. Twice I resisted. I only had 2 eyes to lose. Oh, this is sad. I'd hit that? Same. The more crusades I went through, the closer I got to confronting Marchosias, but when I again met him face to face, he was infested with the rot, and he knew clearly that the spread of it was caused by my doing, as I further pushed away his greatest disciples. Oh shit, I understand the reason he has that attack now. That shit's actually really good. Alright, I think I won now. Oh my god, thank god, bro, that shit was not it. That guy looks fucking insane. A Lilith? Oh my gosh! Dude, they cooked with the designs. Holy crap. That looks amazing. Crap. I gotta just... Oh, we gotta go in raw now.
I beg your pardon?
We gotta go in raw. Oof. Joe would hit, probably. Dude, that thing looked fucking sick, though. Oh my god, dude. I'm so impressed, man. I'm telling you, this fucking DLC is beautiful. They cooked. They actually cooked. I still am not getting over that Executioner fight, too. That was amazing. I was now nearing the end game, so I also decided to do some of the lamb's respective quests, like raising some new flock to show Barak how good of a shepherd I've become. But with the prep done, I went into the new boss fight in Ufall against a band of brothers, which would serve as my last fight before confronting Marchosias. Is it over? Wait, what? Why do they have a second form? Oh, they all die one at a time, that's why. Oh, crap, and I just got 3 new people. Walking up to the top of the mountain, I saw Marchosias completely consumed by the rot, but this time, he wasn't going out without a fight, as he harnessed not only the rot's powers, but also the power of the mountain storms, and this quickly became the most difficult boss fight in all of Cult of the Lamb. Divine Guardian! Hard carry me! I think I understand now. Oh my gosh! Okay, cool, I guess. Mega Satan off fight now. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? What is he doing now? What the fuck? Okay, this is where it really matters, huh? Damn, okay. Whoa! I literally had no reaction time right there. There was no way I could react in time right there. I'm gonna use Divine Guardian. Oh, I get it. We're supposed to break his arms, aren't we? Okay, this is really bad, actually. Bro, there is so much things going. There's so many things going on. I thought I was about breaking moves, but I'm not sure anymore. What even hit me? What even hit me? Genuinely, what even hit me? Marchosias was by far the tankiest boss in the whole game, giving you no room to breathe as the rod closed the distance and his arms kept the fight moving. However, even managing to get through his second mutated form, he uses the power of the charge shards, which gives him these new attacks that I just could not keep up with. No! Oh my god, the shockwave! I saw it last second. Oh my god. Oh. No, I thought the crit was gonna hurt him. Oh my god. Whatever. But he's doing the big attack. No! I ran into it, didn't I? I did. Let's go. Perfect. No, 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 no! Oh my god, I have a critical there, but I don't know if I can land it. After multiple attempts, I had finally defeated him, but even in death, he refused to be a servant to a god, so after trying to indoctrinate him, he ends up taking his own life. And now that he's gone, there's only one thing left to do. As I plunged further into the mountain, I learned the truth behind Yngya and the Lambs ritual. They knew they couldn't avoid being slaughtered, so they used Yngya's heart to construct the manifestation of their suffering. The rot. It was a contingency meant to consume everything after the last lamb had died, but as we stand clearly alive in front of them, they turn on us, commencing the final battle. No, I'm not even gonna read that. I'm just gonna break free. Oh crap. What the hell? Oh my gosh. What the actual fuck? Oh my god, that is badass. Yngya? Okay, I'm actually really worried now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now, as intimidating as this boss fight seems, it doesn't even hold a candle to the first one, so after being demolished on my first try, all I needed was one good curse, and it was over. This is so bad, dude. When I can't dodge them like this. Oh my god, what is she throwing at me? Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Dude, Divine Guardians have to put that work in, dude. This is really bad. Bro, I'm literally gonna spam this until it works, because this is really bad. I think I can dodge that, yep. No, I walked into it! Fuck. Oh, I do have more. Yes, Divine Guardian. Ford, carry me. Oh, okay, I see the motion. Oh my gosh. This is terrible, though. Without Divine Guardian, I don't know how I'm meant to beat this. Like, I'm being, like, honest with you. I don't know how I'm supposed to beat this without it. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of understanding it. But also, too, like, do they really expect you to only have that much reaction time? Can I please get more? Yes! Oh my god, I won! Oh my, I almost died. I almost died at the end. Holy crap! The Lamb's remorse and forgiveness freed Yngya, and we actually see her as a follower and the last of our flock, which concludes this amazing DLC. The rot recedes back into the mountain, dormant and quiet, and the pieces of the free pack still reside in Ufall. However, there is more work to be done, as in order to 100% Woolhaven, we need to do everyone's respective mission. This portion of the video is just going to be like a summary and tips and tricks type of deal, so getting the uninteresting missions out of the way are Chazak's and Sadiel's, as they both just involve you purchasing whatever was on their board. At least I finished one though. There we go. That's another one done, baby. Next is Kolka, and she simply tells you to play hide and seek with her kids Aza and Keru, which is by far the easiest quest, as you just go around different locations trying to find them. Barax is also pretty easy. You just need to level up your cattle and then bring it to him, which will in turn unlock more of them, which all offer unique resources, and also they all just look awesome as hell. The more time consuming ones are Rami and Anyel. Rami is quite simple. You just need to bring legendary fragments to them so that they can reforge them into mighty legendary weapons and then use them throughout a whole crusade. I just use the Berserker Fleece to get through them, and honestly, the weapons aren't too bad. And lastly is Anyel, which is just this little minigame called Flockade. Pretty fun, but I really got no tips besides just enjoying it and looking what every end position will be after every turn. And with that, that's all of Woolhaven done besides 2 missions that happen outside of the location. The last 2 achievements are Respect Thy Mother and Eat the Rich. They're both fairly simple. Respect Thy Mother, you need to beat Yngya without dealing any damage to her specifically, because she'll slowly kill herself when she spawns these like rot abominations. So you just kind of have to dodge everything, which does really sound difficult, but if you're using that pink fleece that heals you, it does make it a little easier. And once you figure out her attack patterns, you'll definitely be able to do it, no problem. It's just kind of time consuming. Eat the Rich is a little more tricky. This was actually the last one I had to do, because in order to even start it, I think you need to fully complete Midas's missions. So you need to like sacrifice 4 followers, and then he'll show up in Woolhaven and get absolutely obliterated. And then you have to take his skull. You'll find it in the indoctrination circle at your cult. You need to basically raise him from a little baby, and he'll grow up. He'll be a little bastard. He'll steal your gold. But if you have a trap and some gold, he will get captured, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole Woolhaven DLC. I know I left out a little bit of things like the executioner and her side story where you spare her. She ends up in Woolhaven. She gets kicked out of Woolhaven. You have to like indoctrinate her. It's a very sweet story. I also left out, you know, the different NPCs like the moth stripper, the chameleon, and the dragon. But honestly, those didn't have any like achievements correlating to them except the executioner kind of. But I mean, if you guys want to know more about that, I highly recommend actually playing the game and the DLC. It is beautiful. I was really impressed with it. All the other DLCs are pretty good when it comes to Cult of the Lamb, but there's not really like as much content as this one had. I mean, the characters were amazing. The lore, the bosses, the designs, and no matter what like game style you kind of prefer, whether it be like the cozy Animal Crossing side or like the dungeon crawling roguelike, I think you're going to enjoy the DLC regardless. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you watched to this point, type lamb in the comments. I want to know who the real ones are. But anyways, seriously, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I think the next one will be Binding of Isaac. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.